Some players are heroes, legends etched into the history of the beautiful game. But others walk a different path. They're the ones we love to hate, the villains of the pitch whose talent is undeniable, but whose antics make our blood boil. Today, we're counting down the 10 most infamous footballers that fans just can't seem to stand. From shocking scandals to on-field madness, these are the players who became legends for all the wrong reasons. Stick around to the end to find out who takes the controversial number 1 spot. You might be surprised. Let us kick things off with a name synonymous with chaos, Mario Balotelli. Why always me? He once asked, "Well, Mario, maybe it was the time you set off fireworks in your own bathroom, or the constant clashes with managers, or the red cards that seem to follow you everywhere." Balotelli had the world at his feet, strength, skill, a thunderous shot. He could have been one of the greats. But his career became a highlight reel of bizarre behavior rather than breathtaking goals. He was a maverick, a wild card, and while entertaining, his lack of discipline left fans and coaches pulling their hair out, wondering what could have been. Next up, a true Senegalese talent who managed to alienate almost everyone, El Hadji Diouf. When he arrived at Liverpool, hopes were high, but instead of goals, he delivered controversy. Diouf is perhaps most infamous for spinning incidents, targeting both fans and opposing players. His attitude was described by teammates as arrogant and disruptive, unlike others on this list who backed up their behavior with world-class performances. Diouf's career fizzled out, leaving behind a legacy not of skill, but of disrespect. He's one of those rare players who is almost universally disliked, even by the fans of the clubs he played for. Now for a defender whose name brings shivers down the spine of attackers, Pepe. For years, this Portuguese center-back was the enforcer for Real Madrid. He was aggressive, relentless, and often crossed the line into outright violence. Who can forget his infamous on-field meltdown against Getafe, where he repeatedly kicked an opponent on the ground, while he later matured and became a more composed defender. His early reputation for being a ruthless hatchet-man was already cemented. For opposing fans, seeing Pepe in the lineup meant their star players were in for a very, very rough 90 minutes. Speaking of controversy, let's talk about John Terry. Captain, leader, legend, and villain. On the pitch, Terry was a warrior, one of the greatest defenders of his generation, putting his body on the line for Chelsea. Off the pitch, however, his life was a tabloid's dream. The most damaging scandal was the alleged affair with the partner of his former teammate, Wayne Bridge, which cost him the England captaincy. Combined with accusations of racism and other controversies, Terry became a figure that was revered by Chelsea fans, but reviled by nearly everyone else. His story is a classic case of a hero whose personal failings overshadowed his professional triumphs. From a defender to a forward, we have Luis Suarez. Oh, Luis! A player of such sublime, almost magical talent, yet with a dark side that is truly baffling. He can score impossible goals and win a match single-handedly. But he is also the only player in modern history to be banned on 3 separate occasions for fighting an opponent. 3 times! Add to that a World Cup handball on the goal line, and a lengthy ban for racial abuse. And you have one of the most polarizing figures in football history. Fans of his clubs adored his passion and goal-scoring genius, but to the rest of the world, he was the brilliant but deeply flawed villain you just couldn't trust. Next, we have a player who brings the drama wherever he goes, Neymar. Bursting onto the scene as a Brazilian wonderkid, he was hailed as the heir to Pelé. His skill, flair, and creativity are undeniable. But so are the theatrics, Neymar has become the poster boy for diving and simulation. His exaggerated roles and appeals to the referee have become internet memes, frustrating fans who feel he spends more time on the floor than on his feet. Critics also point to his lavish lifestyle and question his commitment, especially after his record-breaking, controversial move from Barcelona to PSG. Is he a genius or a show pony? The debate rages on. Now we enter the realm of the gods, starting with Diego Maradona. For many, he is the greatest footballer who ever lived. His performance at the 1986 World Cup is the stuff of legend. But that very tournament also gave us his most infamous moment, the hand of God. Punching the ball into the net against England was a moment of supreme cheating disguised as divine intervention. That, combined with his very public battles with drug addiction and controversial off-field statements, created a complicated legacy. He was a flawed genius, a god with clay feet, adored in Naples and Argentina, but seen as a cheat and a cautionary tale by many others. And now for his modern-day Argentinian counterpart's eternal rival, Cristiano Ronaldo. How can one of the most dedicated, athletic, and successful players of all time be on this list? Because with great success comes great scrutiny, Ronaldo's perceived arrogance, his on-field frustrations when things don't go his way, and his meticulously crafted public image rubbed many people the wrong way. His rivalry with Messi divided the football world, and his fans are as passionate as his detractors. He's been involved in numerous off-field controversies and legal issues that have further tarnished his image. He's a winning machine, but for many, his personality makes him hard to root for. He is the pantomime villain you can't help but watch. Before we reveal our number one most hated player, let's take a moment for a dishonorable mention, Joey Barton. Known more for his philosophical tweets and violent conduct than his footballing ability, Barton's career was littered with jail time, training ground bust-ups, and an incredible number of red cards. He was intelligent and articulate off the pitch, which made his on-field thuggery even more baffling. Okay, the moment you've been waiting for. We've seen cheats, divers, and hotheads. But our number one spot goes to a player who combined raw aggression with a shocking disregard for his fellow professionals. It has to be Andoni Goicoechea, the Butcher of Bilbao. In the 1980s, this Spanish defender was the most feared man in La Liga. He became infamous for a horrific tackle from behind on Diego Maradona, which broke the Argentine's ankle. It was a potential career ender. He didn't stop there, also injuring Barcelona's Bert Schuster with another brutal challenge. Goicoechea even kept the foot he used to injure Maradona in a glass case at his home. In an era of tough tackling, he stood out for his sheer brutality, earning a reputation as the ultimate football villain. So there you have it, 10 players who prove that talent isn't always enough to win hearts and minds. Who did we miss? Who's your ultimate football villain? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the dark side of football, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.